Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about what House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said in an interview. He was asked kind of where he thought the blame lay for the events of the 6th. And he did, to his credit, admit that Trump had some of the fault. That's amazing. Then he went on to say, I also think everybody across this country has some responsibility. No, sir. No, sir. Absolutely not. That is not even remotely accurate. I've been sitting here thinking about how I might share some responsibility for this. It wasn't me who remained silent as some wannabe dictator ran roughshod over the country. That was McCarthy. It wasn't me who remained silent as he dog whistled. That was McCarthy. It wasn't me who remained silent when large groups of Americans fell for wild theories. That was McCarthy. It wasn't me who remained silent when some of those who fell for those theories began to show that they had a propensity for violence. No, I was making videos explaining how people could stay out of it. That's what I share responsibility in. The silence? That was McCarthy. This is not a thing where we all share some responsibility. It's not the case. The people responsible for this, there are really one of two groups. Those who pushed these ideas, these theories, who created this climate, and those who enabled them. That's who's responsible. That's who shares the blame. It's amazing to me how after 4 years, all of a sudden, a lot of these people have found their voices. They've been real quiet up till now, but they're starting to see the political backlash. And see, that's what it's really all about. They didn't care until it was literally at their steps. Then they thought, well, maybe we should say something. But that something is apparently not accepting responsibility for their inaction. It wasn't me who had a whole bunch of people looking to me for leadership and chose not to show it as they undermined the U.S. election. That wasn't me. You are not going to be able to both sides this issue. There are not fine people on both sides, sir. The blame, the fault for this lies at the feet of the leadership of the Republican Party, because they could have stopped it at any time had they shown leadership, had they come out and said, no, none of this is true. None of this is true. Everybody needs to calm down. They could have done it at any time, and they chose not to. They were too busy jockeying for position, feathering their own political nests. That's what it boils down to. And now we all share responsibility in it. Nah. I have a friend who helps me a lot tell me that I seem to be really deep into the Democratic side of the aisle lately, which, if you don't know, I'm not a Democrat. I am fiercely nonpartisan. I'm nonpartisan because I put principle and policy above any party. I want the maximum amount of freedom for the maximum amount of people. That's what I want. Principle and policy above party. So it is very hard for me to find any sympathy for the Republican Party. It is very hard for me to say anything positive about the Republican Party because they put that party above principle, above policy, and above this country. They remained silent as it was ripped apart. And now that it's starting to impact them and their political futures, well, now they will at least pretend to care, but not enough to accept responsibility for their inaction. And that's what we need. We need people to accept responsibility, allow for accountability, and then we can talk about unity. The Republican leadership is not going to find unity by uniting behind the idea that we're all to blame for their inaction. That's not going to happen. Anyway, It's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.